betwixt the raising of the undying emperor and the great planar war that shook the heavens, there was an age of contradiction, where cannons won kingdoms and muskets kept the peace. A brave few won the hearts of the conquered and conquerors alike. Of these we speak of the decline of the great kingdoms and cultures under the heel of empire. Of those we speak of gladiators and the untold thousands that worshipped them. Of this, an age of glory, where kings would be slaves and a gladiator would be king.
Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents the Dread and Circus campaign. I'm your demon host Marty, joined by Ahmed right now. This is episode 32 of the campaign. We are on the master session now. Yes, we played the Circus of Dread a long time ago. We called them the Road of Sorrow Gladiators last time we met. Let's see that end in action. Yes, I was right as some of the prep. I was like, "Oh yeah, I've got to detail a whole manifest full of slaves and gladiators and condemned that are now property of the Conclave of Crimson Scale." And I was giving some of the more important one names. Ideally, I would have done a session where we rolled randomly for a few of these things. We might, during a break, roll randomly for some random stats for some of the more heroic slaves that are there. But I'm gonna let one of my main questions is, okay, you inherited this prison hulk turned into slave galley. What do you do? But that will be a question for Ahmed and Adam when he finishes his napping.
No, Adam's awake. He should be here within maybe 10 minutes or so.
Cool. How's it going, Ahmed?
He's good. I'm good, man. I had my family visiting over from Cincinnati for a week.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Beautiful. I had them over for a week. Exhausting. Yeah, I know, Anchorman. Beautiful. Exhausted. Glad to be doing some game. Mark and I did take some time during the week to spread out the wealth, literally, between the two groups, because our loot was getting insane, and got us some good, got characters some really good boosts. And we're just getting ready to kill people now, so it'll be great. Get ready for it.
So I noticed that you took a lot of the treasure from both groups. That got a pile of treasure. The Masters got treasure from the dragon fight and from the Sea God's Fury, and
Yes.
divvied up all that stuff. Drakester, thank you for the sub, man. I did hear some news from Twitch that eventually there will be badges for subs. So I will try to make a cool badge for you guys. So I think tiered sub badges or something is coming down. I read on their Twitter site. So I think that's later this month. So I'll fiddle away and try to get some dragon badges. But in the meantime, thank you. Go ahead, Quinta. Question? Oh, the power of the badge. Yes. How? The question is the question I'm going to be asking the players. So, how do you, what do you do with the slaves? How are you going to assess their value? Which ones are you keeping? Which ones you're not? What are you going to put them to use for? And there are different ways of doing it. Remember how Radimer did it? Radimer inherited the old man giant and the donkey, and then Mortenzi, and he went, oh fuck it, just make the two of them fight each other, and I'll take the winner.
Yeah, I'm not going to make any of those decisions yet.
So
Like,
we'll see what happens.
see.
Sorry, Ahmed, you were talking about Fam. You're ready for game.
Sam?
Fam.
We're ready for
Family.
game.
Yep.
Family, yeah, we're ready for game. Yeah, that's good. Exhausted. Fun, but goddamn tired. Yeah, and the other group had treasure from basically attacking the guys that were gonna ambush us, ambushing the ambushers,
The Red Archer, and then
and
Lord,
the Red Archer.
and then
yeah.
Lord Hiron, who had set up an ambush to attack the Countess that you were guarding.
Yeah,
And you discovered that ambush before it actually happened. So why don't we do a recap of what happened game 29? You know, we're going back 17 days, so before the last Masters game. Oh no, not that long ago. 13 days.
Yeah.
It was episode 30 was called Smoke from the Ashes. The Masters and members of the Conclave of Crimson Scale pick up the pieces following the attack by Crixes and the counterattack on the Sea God's Fury. Zed brings Czargon the Red to the Temple of Kozuth. Magnus seeks an audience with the masked oracle of the old gods to commune with the spirits of the dead, and lays two of his companions to rest. Damien makes his debut in the civic arena against a group of criminals, whilst Phineas and Ashoka watch from the Duke's box by invitation of the magistrate. As recompense for recent losses, the Conclave is awarded the prison hulk Pandemonium and all cargo aboard.
The Ludus had gifted the judge, or what I can remember his name, with something, with one of the shields from Crixes, just as a hi, how you doing?
So yeah, you guys bribed.
We bribed him. I don't want to say that out loud here in public, but yeah, we bribed him.
Okay. They have not found Pennywise. They have not. There were 3 fugitives that made their way. Pennywise is missing and has been missing now for something like 10 days. Droll flew away. That is their gargoyle. And then Dren Zerko, the first level Inquisitor warrior, whom they never really used. I think they talked to him once. He came aboard at the same time that the old half ogre did. Yeah. I think they had ideas on how maybe to track him down, but
we have his blood in his hair.
Yeah. Yep.
So one of our fellows knows how to scry, so we'll let him do that.
So why don't we get to some planning of the next turn?
Yep.
I'm just going to change views here so that we could read from the desktop. Make this a little bit bigger. And we'll change to a desktop only. There we go. So your 2 lonely gladiators left are Sona and Drain. They each have to have 3 fights for the season, or they end up not owned by your Ludus, or the general rules. Sona does have the fight scheduled for the 16th week, and Drain has a fight scheduled for the 16th week. Both their 3rd fight. This is the fight with Magnus and Damien versus some of these captured barbarians from the Crawl Lands, which is one of the enemies that the Duke of this duchy is fighting. So far, he's been out to war. All right, so that's the spreadsheet. It looks like there was a lot of leveling after fighting the dragon. Fleas is the only one that still needs to level, and I believe Cid was retraining his archetype of alchemist. His training is still going on for leveling in week 15.
That's right.
So, What are the masters going to be up to for this week?
Okay, so Cid is out, correct?
Cid is training.
He's
That's
out.
right.
Now, when did we get the boat?
At the end of week 14.
Okay, so we have 15, and then 16. Okay, so in 16, what is F5 for Magnus? That's the fight. So that's the fight we're doing with everybody,
Yep.
right? Drain, Sona. Okay, so during that week, we're gonna basically take inventory. And what's the fee for having the boat docked, and how often do we pay it?
I think the fee will be paid like all of your other expenses at the end of a season.
Right, do we know how much that is? Because we're not going to use a boat, and it might be a good idea to figure out, find somebody to sell it to. Maybe the Empire. If not, somebody else. But it is a fully stocked, like not damaged boat.
Yep. Do you have yeah, first off, none of you really are sailors, and you haven't like gone through and assessed the value of it.
True.
You don't know how much this boat is worth, unless you have skills that would tell you.
Either Damien or Cid had an int item that gives them sailing profession. I think it's Damien. Headband, primary, intention, acid resist. Nope. Might be Damien.
What are you doing?
Somebody had. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's look at the week. We need to figure out how much the boat costs. We need to get it appraised. We need to figure out the slaves. We need to get them off the boat, put them somewhere, and figure out their value. Because how many are there? There's 15 or 20 of them.
Yeah, let me open up a sheet. Pandemonium manifest. Make this a little bit bigger so people can read it. There's Bannock. You have a manifest. It has most of their names on it. Some of them are just numbers. You've got Bannock Baden, the male treant. There are notes saying that he was taken from the Thornlands on Stygia by the Imperial Navy and sold into slavery.
Okay.
There are 7 male human prisoners condemned, ranging from mutiny to murder, and then there's one that Ashoka has circled. His name is Josephus the Shiv. He's a male human prisoner, and he's condemned on multiple charges of theft, piracy, and murder. There are 2 female Sverfneblin, 2 male Sverfneblin, 7 male goblins, 3 female goblins, and a female goblin shaman apprentice, in quotations. That is your own markup, not the manifest.
Yeah.
There are 3 male half-orcs and 2 female half-orcs.
So we do have prisoners. Do we know?
So the ones not marked as
murder?
prisoners are slaves. Like, these are people taken and are going to be sold into slavery.
Right.
Of course, there is there are the 2 Afrits that
you've already
dealt with. Yep.
Yeah. Right. Those were given to Zed basically. Also, Zed was included in the loot divvy.
Yep. Well, he's now
part of the Ludus.
Mm-hmm.
So he did get some goods. Okay, so we've got a treant. Got 7 prisoners. Well, 8 prisoners. 4 humans. Another 11 goblins and another 5 half-orcs. Oh, God. It's easiest just to leave them on the boat.
You're just gonna leave them on your boat?
That's a ton of people. We don't have room for all these guys, and even if we did, we can't have the same rules that we apply at our ludus to these guys, because they'll just like try to run for it basically. Sorry. Right. So, channel. What do you guys suggest? Stats. Yeah, we need to figure out the tree. The treant's the most interesting one. Let's be honest. We could anchor it away. Yeah, but we don't have any sailors. We need to hire a sailing crew, captain, and everything. Need a crew, right? Time to dream some pirates. Yeah, probably gonna leave them on the boat for now. We're gonna have to figure out how much it costs to feed them, and start taking it daily. But we might sell the prisoners right off. We might sell the prisoners right off the bat, and during that week, start testing some of those gladiators. It's like.
Decisions. So for this given week, your masters, it sounds like, need to do something with this. So what is it that they're doing?
Masters, we're gonna have to figure. Does it say anything else about those characters? Like, do they have any like magic user or anything like that? Anything of note?
Nope.
Or is this as slave? All right. Well, we're gonna have to bring them in and talk to them. We'll have to have so Magnus can test their combat ability. Damien can test their combat ability.
Okay.
We have
doing
wizards, and
so I'm going to put Magnus as testing.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
Or dealing with the slaves. Okay.
So Magnus will test. We should actually get most of these guys to help. Phineas to test. Cid is training. Damien to test. Zed to test. Or
line them up, hit them with a board. If they survive, they have 8 points. Funny. Sacrifice the 5-faced god. Yeah.
That's true. Hey, look, he's alive. You get the name.
Okay, what is Ashoka doing?
Ashoka is probably going to go out and look for, try to find people to appraise the boat.
So he's going to appraise. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea for him to do. I think he has a good appraise. Phineas will be testing because I don't know. We need someone that does some magic.
So he's going to. Phineas is going to assess their magical ability.
Yeah.
Look for spellcasters.
Exactly.
Okay.
Damien is gonna work with Magnus to do combat, and I think we could use Zed as well for combat. And well, we have a treant, so that might be useful. He's a druid. Figure out what he can do.
You want Zed to help with the slaves as well? With the treant?
Yeah, or how's the but question before we do that, how is the dragon doing? Does dragon need constant attention? Because
Zed says the dragon it's probably first off, who's asking?
It would be Ashoka. Magnus is like, God, everybody, come on, we gotta see what these guys are doing. Can't leave them on the boat, it's not right.
Okay, Zed makes a suggestion to Phineas that the dragon needs gear. The dragon currently has no gear.
Okay, so we're gonna look at Zed's crafting list. So party pages.
I've put some ideas down for gear. Now you don't have to build it all, but this is what Zed's suggesting. Where did you guys crafting backlog?
Yeah, Crafting backlog is under Intel party pages.
He needs a resistance item first and foremost. Then he needs some sort of amulet. Then a boost to his charisma would help 2 of his spellcasting classes.
A boost to his charisma?
Yep.
Hold on. We just gave a charisma item away. Oh no, that was the other class. Crap. Conclave Armory. Let's see what we've got here.
Yeah, we're definitely going to roll for some of these guys to see how good they are. There was the mysterious Sverfneblin, who the other Sverfneblin were fearful of. There was the one criminal that that Ashoka picked out of the line, and then there was the shamanic apprentice.
Yeah. Oh, also, guys, what we did was we built a Ludus armory, basically listed like light armor, medium armor, heavy armor, melee weapons like swords, axes, whatever. And when we get listed from most powerful to least powerful in each category, so whenever we get a fight, we just take one of our guys.
Look at that. They had a week off and they organized their treasure. Interesting.
It's easier that way. We like to say, okay, somebody's gonna go in, give them the +2 shirt, give them the +1 rapier, give them the potions, some air, like, you know what I mean? This
is what I expected you guys to do the first week. 30 games in.
Well, I've got kids.
Yep. It's not bad.
I had to miss a game to do this.
I'm just bugging you. It's good. It's good to see.
Yeah.
I saw a ton of, like, I was away for work for a few days, and I saw a ton of updates, and I knew that you guys were playing with treasure.
Yeah, it was fun. We're like, what's next? +2.
Okay, back to this. So you're gonna have Damien.
Yeah.
So Zed is asking Phineas to craft some things for the dragon.
Yeah.
Unless you have.
We don't. I think we're good for gear.
There is a vest of resistance. Can I plop that onto the dragon?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Go. No problem. Where is it? Was it under just random?
Yeah, I cut it already.
Okay, cool.
So that's the dragon's first magic item, and that makes his saves better. Do you have a amulet of mighty fists?
Rat flying around? No, we don't. We'd have to make one.
Okay, that's what Phineas should do.
Yeah, I agree. Give him a +2 amulet of mighty fists +2.
Can you afford it?
Ooh, that's a very good question. We'll sell one of the cannons on the ship.
Amulet of mighty fists. It would be $2,000, so 2 talents to craft, or 4 talents to buy if you wanted Phineas to do other things.
No. 2 talents to craft. That's a good call. We're at 17 right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna take off the money.
Okay.
I'm gonna take off the money.
15. So it's
week
15.
Or I'll add it to the ledger. Craft amulet for Czargon. And you have 17 talents, so that becomes 15.
15.1.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, good. And back to the schedule.
Then who is, so it's Magnus, Damien, and Zed that are assessing the slaves?
Combat. Oh, right, because Phineas is crafting. Crap.
Ashoka can also help with the slaves then. And he could do the boat later? Or do you want him to look at the boat?
What's Ashoka gonna do though? He does have magic.
He's a magic user.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And how long would it take? How long would it take Phineas to craft that +2 item? 1 sec. 2 talents. So it'll take 2 days.
It will take 4 days unless he fast crafts. Give me a second.
He can craft fast.
4.
Okay, tell Mom.
He doesn't have the requirement. Caster level must be at least 3 times. Okay, it is. So give me a second. Math. 5 plus caster level 5 is 10. Plus he doesn't have the requirement is 15. And his craft jewelry is...
I'm getting there. I'm getting to Phineas right now. Phineas. Okay.
His craft jewelry is plus 18. When he drinks a potion, that becomes plus 23. So he could fast craft it. It would take him a day. No, 2 days. He could craft more during that period.
Okay, what else is on that list? 40 pages.
It would be the charisma item.
And who would that go to?
The dragon.
Oh, that would be for him, the dragon. That would be another 2 talents, and it would take would he be able to do it at the same time?
Not at the same time.
4 talents.
I believe it's 4 talents.
Okay, when is the dragon gonna fight? Because I don't want him to spend this week if the dragon's gonna fight in like 6 weeks or something.
No, the dragon's fighting the week after.
Weeks. Oh crap, the 17th. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay, so
Magnus wants to get in on that fight. Come on, give me more. All right.
I think he can fast craft this as well. Let me just check. Headband. Next, come on. Nope, we don't want it.
Okay, I was going to sit here, with that.
Hey, how's it going, man?
That would be 4 grand. The caster level is 18. He can fast craft that as well, so he can get that done in 2 days. He can do both in the same time.
So Adam, we for the first week that we're back, we're looking at. So Ashoka's going to help with assessing the magic capabilities of the slaves. Magnus, Damien, and Zed are doing the combat for the slaves. Figure out their worth, their level-ish. Phineas is crafting some items for the dragon. It's going to be about, what is it, 4K? 4 talents, Marty? Or
6
talents?
total.
6. So we're getting him a +2 charisma item and a +2 amulet of mighty fists. And
that was Zed's suggestion. Like you're sending the dragon into the arena with no gear.
yeah, and we also gave him a resistance item.
Yeah, that resistance item and the charisma item or a con item, one of the two.
It'll be at the beginning of Czargon's Circlet of Command.
I don't
know if Zed wants that particular item.
It's a headband of alluring charisma, +2 for now, and then the beginning of Czargon's redstone amulet is a amulet of mighty fists.
Okay.
And then the beginning of his red scale vest is just a vest of resistance +1. He eventually wants quick runners in there because he knows Zed has one, so he's jealous.
He punches me, then runs away.
Right? How does he move that quick? I want to move that quick. Neck for the redstone amulet. The primary is
so it's going to take a couple of cycles for my brain to finish booting. So
that's fine.
All right, just letting you know. Well, partly for you, also for Ahmed. If you're expecting like me to make something brilliant decision immediately,
nope.
Until this food goes in, and then the blood goes to the stomach, and then back up to the brain. Nothing intelligent is going to happen.
Well, Ashoka, Magnus,
aware of that.
Ashoka, Magnus, Damien, and Cid are going to assess the value of the slaves, and it sounds like through Marshall and some sort of magical tests. I'm eager to figure out what those things are. What is Sona doing? Cid is finishing training. What is Sona and Drain and Old Vigo? Fleas looks like he's got 1 training point left. You could put all of your training facilities to get him that 1 win.
Yeah, let's do it.
Old Vigo and Czargon. What are these folks doing? And then Prentice, your fugitives are still MIA.
Yeah.
What
Sona
about
can...
the warrants?
You have not filed the warrants yet.
And we also, so at some point we
So
need
do our
to...
paperwork for us. No.
We actually need to do contracts for the masters.
Damien could work on the warrants, like
Damien, do the warrant stuff.
okay. We'll just put a W
Why don't we
there.
have Sona and Drain to also go through the training with the slaves? Not training, sorry. The assessment.
Yeah, they can help. They're interested in knowing who the new gladiators are.
Hey, new meat.
What is old Vigo doing? He is your 3rd level old man sorcerer.
He can help Ashoka with the... Because we've only got Ashoka
he just
assessing
learned
magic.
magic. His stats are so... you could train his stats up a little bit.
We have Dex and Strength.
Because his
facilities.
right now his strength, dex, and con because of old age are 9, 8, and 7. He's got 6 points left, so I think my math is correct. You could, if you had con as an ability, you could get all of his scores at 10, 10, 10.
Let's do that.
Yeah, okay. That's a good idea.
Let's put 1 trading point into old Vigo,
Okay.
learning how to jump or something.
Well, why don't we put Arcane
Get rid of
2,
that
a gun flees, and then you could use the other 3 training points to train his...
His physicals, yeah.
Okay, which one?
Yep.
Strength, dex, or con?
Do we have con?
I don't know.
No, don't.
Yeah. So I don't think we have con. Con is the important one. Then it would be Dex
Do
Okay.
because
yeah,
that is at least AC and saves. So
All right.
Dex.
Dex, 0 out of 3. Got it. Cool. And then Czargon, what are you doing with Czargon?
Ooh, right.
Czargon. Social skill stuff.
Well, his ability scores are
Amazing.
they are 84 exactly.
No, I don't mean like teach him charisma. I mean like socialization, like talk to people, drink a cup of tea.
He's gonna
things.
follow Zed around. So Zed was tasked with dealing with the treant. I think somebody who could breathe fire might not be a bad thing.
To help socialize.
dominate this. Yeah, help me dominate this huge creature, shall we? All right. It looks like we've got the turn planned out. Don't forget to add the bonus from the items to the dragon. Yeah, I added his saves. I haven't added the attack and the charisma yet.
Oh,
But yes,
Adam.
before his fight, I will make sure I put a reminder here. Update for items.
Adam, Ashoka got a
Thanks.
+2 int item, and Zed got something else. Like this, and he also Zed got an amulet of mighty fist +2.
Phineas pulls. Let me just change the
Update
view.
your sheet, basically, is what I'm saying.
Phineas pulls Ashoka off to the side. Well, I'm certain it's going to be very riveting, seeing if any of those unfortunates had magic. I'll be in my crafting room, preparing things for the dragon. You know, there is a spell. And he looks at you like he's almost like going to quiz you, but he also has this look on your face that he's not expecting you to know what he's thinking.
There are many spells. Phineas?
I mean to help assess this. It is a common thing for wizards of the Imperium to assess such things. And their power.
So I will roll spellcraft. Adam knows the spell.
Yep.
This was interesting. Does my character know what Adam knows? Come on, Ashoka, lie your way through.
If you
I'd like to pull up my knowledge check. uh, uh, oh, I know it. It'd be arcane sight.
Yes. Oh. It appears you are trained. you know you
Adam feels good that his character knows. Ashoka doesn't give two shits. But Adam feels good he knows.
You get the feeling that it's a sorcerer wizard thing that is coming out right now. Like sorcerers.
Well, yeah, there's a bunch of sorcerers out there that call it like it's the Ashoka ball. That's a fireball, asshole. It's the Ashoka ball.
Yeah, this is Phineas talking with Nem.
Incineration.
Master did very good, says Nem. Getting the right answer. Yes, the right answer. The point I was trying to make is that, well, I do not have time to go shopping. Maybe you could procure, I don't know, a scroll of this spell? Now, I do have to spend some time at the tower. We're supposed to dissect this dragon that we slaughtered. And you notice he looks like there's this brief moment of concern that flashes over his face. Like, you don't know why. There's a little bit of sad concern.
I will sense his motives just for funsies. I know, but I just for funsies. 16, sad concern, sure. He's Phineas. He's concerned that he has to go to the tower. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, there's something to do with the tower that makes him. If you could procure a scroll, I'm sure I could prepare it for the next few days. And, well, make your job a little easier.
Excellent. Teamwork.
Yes. We also have a, bad monkey to deal with.
Yes.
I've
never been a part of the interactions with the monkey aside from staring at him in the street. What was our feelings towards the monkey? This is maybe more of an Ahmed question than anything else.
You guys basically took his spellbook from him, locked him up, didn't have much interaction with him, and then he tried to escape, and then he was returned to you, all beaten up.
But we did want him to craft.
So he is locked up. The wizardling is locked up in one of your cells right now, bound in chains and awaiting your summary judgment.
Who purchased him?
I believe, I forget, Damien did on behalf of the...
I remember Damien saying he wanted the monkey. He wanted to buy a monkey.
But I think it was done with the funds of the Ludus, so...
Right. Well, does the monkey have a alternate, like a gestalt or anything? Like, or is he just wizard?
Let's have a look. So many sheets. Hey, look at that.
You know why I can't see the map? I'm sitting here going like, how come I can't see it, Marty? If I don't connect to the server, don't see too much.
No, it's just a big grassy field.
It's grass.
You know what you know about the wizard is that it's marked down that he's a universalist. He's a failed. He was once part of the Arcane Academy, and that he can cast third circle spells, which is verified by the Wizardling's spellbook. And you can look at the Wizardling's spellbook because you guys have access to it. It is in the party pages under the Master Spellbook Library. The spellbook of Wizardling contains Dispel Magic Fly, Haste Fireball, Flaming Sphere, Glitter Dust, Mirror Image, Protection from Arrow, Scorching Ray, Burning Hands, Color Spray, Expeditious Retreat, Mage Armor, Shocking Grasp, Dancing Lights, Detect Magic Light, Message.
He's a really, really effective sort of battle wizard.
Yes. You get the sense that this is his fighting book.
Huh. Have him spend some time with Magnus. He should be more amicable when he comes to learn the arcane things, then.
You want him to spend time with Magnus?
Yeah, I want him to learn that he hates being hit with a stick, and he wants to.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I agree with putting wizards in the arena, says Phineas.
Oh no, I don't think he should go in the arena, but I think he should think he's going in the arena. At least for a bit.
Just don't break him. He may have uses.
But even broken things have uses,
says Nem. He was looking for reassurance, and he gives you a little wicked smile when you gave it right away.
Ashoka is in his mind. Ashoka is basically a picture of Phineas popped up. Broken things have uses. Hey, look, there's Phineas right there. Hey, look, it's a broken thing with a use. There we go.
Nem, of course, was thinking of himself.
Yeah.
Okay, Cid hasn't been around because he's getting training. The alchemist that you know that is higher level than you is old Dreg. So Cid,
Dreg. He's the guy that's helping me out. He's like, Cid, man, long time.
Yeah, old Dreg is the one. Old Dreg is the one that's teaching you. You have your teachers. They live in the city, so
That's funny.
Yep.
Okay, that's cool. He's doing that for a week.
Okay. Let's go to the week. So Ashoka, Magnus, and it looks like Zed and Sona drain. I'm gonna grab all these guys, put them together. Ashoka, Magnus, Sona.
Bring Czargon with them, or is Czargon?
Drain. Up to you.
To deal with the Treant? That's a good idea.
Well, this is what. Sorry, that was what he was on the list for in the thingy.
Yep. I just don't know where his token went.
Ah,
Little fucker.
I'm still like loading up pages and stuff and shoving food in my face.
There he is. No, he's somewhere else on the map. Don't see him. All right.
He's probably that extra token that's off the side somewhere because originally it was like, and then he whisked your dragon away and sort of moved the token off into the darkness. Well, there's no darkness on this map.
Not sure.
If you go to Map Explorer window and tokens, you should be able to. There's a list of all the tokens there, and I think if you double click on it, it goes to the token.
Where's the wizard book? Because Cid wants to take a look at that.
That's fine. Not a big deal. There's a dupe. Okay, so this group is going to go... Oh, Zed? Maybe if I found Zed, I would find the dragon. Oh, I know where they are. They're at the fucking place where he was getting convoyed. Convoyed to Kozuth, yay?
Made better, stronger, a little bit less burny, just a little bit.
They do. I did not hear them making plans to go visit. Of course, with every turn, they can go and talk to people, because it doesn't take as much time. But apparently dealing with the slaves that are on the ship is the most important thing. So this group, you go to Czargon's cell, and you open up the cell door. You notice Czargon sitting there. He's tapping his tail on the ground, sort of waiting. You're pretty sure the burned things in the corner that he's probably tried to hide are burned skulls.
Are they hidden well?
Not really.
They get stepped on the way out.
There's nothing over there. Nothing.
You go and step on some really crusty goat skulls that he's been hiding. Give me a sense motive check.
Okay. I don't have enough skill points. 11.
Okay. Czargon's bluff. 17. Okay, give me a perception check.
26.
29. Okay. So you thought that he was upset that you crushed them, although he didn't come over to like defend them too hard. What you don't realize is that he hid his favorite one.
Well, so the reason why I was asking if they were well hid
Right.
is because part of the lesson is if you're going to be an evil prick but you can be an evil prick. You just have to hide your evil prickness. So good. It's all self-reinforcing.
He then slinks down from like this kind of blasted crate that is collapsed under a bit of his own weight. He slinks down off of it and kind of rears up in front of Magnus, who's standing near the door.
You're muted.
He's just looking at Magnus, sizing you up.
Sorry, relocating because of noise.
Big meat.
All right, there we go. This is better. All right. What did he say?
He said, "Big meat."
At me?
Yep.
At Magnus.
Is that how do I treat him? Should I punch him in the face or what do I do?
As long as he stays civil, we're all civil.
I see. Well,
You
hey,
can
it's
see
nice
this.
to
You can see
again.
this white hot light kind of glowing in his throat when you said you were going to punch him in the face. Zed, you know that he's readying action his breath on Magnus.
Magnus Zed is going to give the body language signals to the people around Magnus to take a step back from Magnus. Just to...
yeah, Sona's not going into the dragon cave. Fucking Drain isn't either. I'm assuming they're armed. You're letting them go wander around armed. Okay. Nem, fearless of the dragon breath, just kind of hops off of Ashoka and kind of scrambles.
Czargon!
His tail's flicking a couple of times. Then he begins to calm slowly as Magnus is just standing there looking at him.
Yeah, Magnus does not look intimidated. Because he's like, I remember you.
Magnus, could you describe your experience with... I'm blanking on his name.
Who?
The copper dragon?
Crixes.
Was it Crixes? Could you explain what happened with Crixes?
Oh, I don't want to.
Crixes is a dragon name. I've heard the name.
So Crixes first came down, and he did some magic on us. He scared everybody away. We all ran.
You helped kill Crixes, yes?
But then we regrouped, and then we knew he took some of the slaves back to his hall. So we all charged back after him with Maeve.
You
And,
killed Dragon. You
yeah, I
killed
killed Dragon.
Dragon.
He took from me, so I take from him.
Crixes. Crixes said to Czargon that he was going to drown my flames.
Ah, well, he's dead now. He's nothing.
Czargon did not come to drown me. Crixes did not come to drown Czargon, because Czargon is greater dragon. Red is better. Red is best.
Yeah, sure. Well, he was busy getting his head pumped in. Well, Maeve was doing most of that. He was very vicious. Let's be honest, he was very vicious. It was
You
a very
should
long
have
week.
saved Quixies for Czargon.
Yeah, it wasn't that simple.
I hear he
kinda big.
pretended to be a man.
Yeah, he did. He had this
Yes.
thing that made him man.
Weak. So weak. Like
Well,
you.
This pet of yours is really nice. Hey, listen, here's the thing. You're lucky to be with us because the Imperium's not
He
gonna try to kill you.
He understands strength and the benefits of. We're learning the benefits of friendship. He says, sort of, it's not meaning friendship, but more meaning community, but he uses the word friendship in place.
That is how weak humans are strong.
Yes.
But you
Weak
see,
humans are strong by being in groups.
Czargon is the strongest.
well, join us and you'll be stronger. Work with us, fight with us. Oh, it would be fantastic.
Lead you, command you.
Sit beside me while we fight together. You'll like it. Oh yeah.
Fight.
Have you told Czargon he's fighting in the arena?
I don't know if anybody's told Zed, who did not agree to fight in the arena, that he's been scheduled to fight in the arena.
It's gonna be fantastic watching you and Zed fight in the arena.
Ashoka's got this like little face going.
Well, and put some lights on. It's dark over here. Too dark. I can't see everything.
Fight in the arena. Yes. In our negotiations for maintaining control of our Ludus, post Crixie's destruction, we needed to give some forward play and a presentation towards goodwill. We will be presenting Czargon as a new champion in the arena.
Czargon will slay. It is the pit of death, is it not? Where you're allowed to kill.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, it's best not to, but
Zed has a very cross face, and he's staring at Ashoka. It is not appropriate for him to be killing.
well, you're gonna be fighting what? I think the goblins in the box or something like that. They just keep cutting, and you get to slice and then do your thing. Look at your claws; they're very beautiful, nice and sharp.
What does a goblin taste like?
Yes, Zed.
Goblins are sentient. They should not be eaten. Taste.
I assume they taste like garbage because they
Actually,
eat garbage.
you know what? Has Zed ever fought goblins? Because he actually fights in animal form.
Yep.
Yeah.
Foul.
So his first response is, "You shouldn't eat them. They do taste foul."
He kind of chuckles at that. There's a little snort of fire that comes out of his nose.
Zed, we understand that we're at a pivotal point in Czargon's upbringing. We assumed that since we were only allowed to have one handler in the arena, he's lying. Just gonna roll the bluff check now. We were only allowed to put one person in there, so it had to be you. It's the lie. 42. Magnus might not even understand that was what the.
Going to give me a stealth check for Nem. Nem is playing a game with Czargon that he's been playing. They're
Okay.
playing Nem Tag.
Nimpeg.
Yeah, the breathe tag.
32 is a stealth check for Ned.
Okay, and then Czargon's perception's probably not that great.
Probably plus 10 or.
plus 8.
Plus 8.
So you can't do it. Nem manages to sneak up on Czargon. Czargon jumps a little bit and turns around and breathes all over Nem. Czargon's breath has been getting hotter and hotter.
I need
He
to
has
get
taken-
my 8th
he is-
level cleric so I get my resistance.
We have our own rules on how to do dragon PCs. And basically you get dragon powers, and these powers, all dragon PCs, to kind of level the playing field, have D6s for their breath weapons, but you could keep on taking dragon powers to increase the die. Czargon's breath weapon is 4d10 right now.
That's a good one.
He does 23 damage to Nem.
That's a spicy meatball.
There's this fan of flames goes licking off the ground. The ground is somewhat warmed by this, and with this crackling noise and a whoosh of smoke, Nem's just standing there smiling. Czargon looks back towards Magnus.
Yeah, very good. You burn our enemies like to cinder. Excellent.
So
Try not to get in the way, meat.
I seriously am having a hard time with.
you need to establish positional dominance, but not in a way where he will attack you. Remember, aren't you the Primus?
Yeah, I'm the one that helped beat the dragon. Maybe you and I should.
Zed is very confused because he thought Magnus would have had like a sort of an alpha dominant kind of position thing, and he's kind of acting like a whiny bitch to the dragon.
Do I get to fight him?
This is a bad idea. No one survived.
Eventually, we will.
He's looking
train
you up and down
together.
like he's like trying to figure out how it is that you fight.
He's as strong as I am, isn't he?
He's stronger than you before you rage and stuff.
What's his strength? Like 26 or something?
24.
Okay, he's basically as strong as I am.
I think he rages as well.
Oh no! So I need I need to drink. I need to drink.
Yeah, when he rages, it'll be 28.
So
I'm at 23.
Zed is a little confused with how this interaction went. He thought Magnus would have been a bigger swinging cod. He wouldn't have if it was any of the other members, he wouldn't have let them do the talking for this. But yeah,
You never met Magnus? Magnus is very easygoing.
Yes, I'm the winner of that fight. You bleed too easily, you humans.
He's wrestling.
still-
He's wrestling his scales, and he's going to attempt to intimidate Magnus.
Oh, Magnus is gonna strike him.
He kind of rears up. His wings are back. His claws are out.
sounds like the dinosaur guys. It's awesome.
Intimidate versus larger opponent is at a -4, which means he's got a +17, and then with his charisma item, he's got a +18.
And
Poop's
do I
gonna
get
come out.
do I get to roll anything?
Nope.
30.
So you're how many hit dice do you have?
Ooh, 7.
Okay, now what's your wisdom score?
Not high.
So 17. So 30 minus 17 is like for 20 seconds you're peeing yourself.
You're not running away. You're just.
Yeah.
You're like, yo.
You're 3 rounds of -2s.
3 rounds of -2. He's dead. Put him in the ring. Let's go.
Czargon, do you remember the how to play soft?
This one will die if I play hard.
He wishes to practice with you.
Okay.
Okay, apparently we're going to be sidelined by a pit fight because our Primus came in going, "What do you? I'm scared of you."
The dragon